In the place to be. Today we're going to talk about Top Gun Part 2, which is filming right now. And I want to give credit to Lui Marco for posting this in his Instagram stories. And it just made me think how this totally applies to my two favorite things, entertainment and fitness. So as you see right here, it says not saluted. It shows Kelly McGillis and Tom Cruise in 1986, what they looked like back then in the movie, and what each of them look like today in 2018. Now it's crazy that obviously Kelly McGillis was 5 years older than Tom when she was in the first Top Gun movie. And so, but in current day, Tom Cruise is 55 and Kelly McGillis is 60 years old. So it's just amazing that if you don't take care of yourself, you don't eat right, you don't exercise, you don't get enough sleep, it's amazing the difference that you can look from your peers when they reach their 60s, as a perfect example of this. So let's get this party started. We'll go back to more about the Top Gun itself. And so, like they said, they've been filming, and this was the first picture that Tom Cruise released on day one of filming of Top Gun 2, which is taking place down in San Diego. Now, I was fortunate enough. I worked on, I think 3 Tom Cruise movies. I worked on, the first time I worked with him was on Vanilla Sky. And then I worked on Mission Impossible 3. We did some reshoots for Mission Impossible 4, and we did some reshoots for War of the Worlds. So 4 different times. And when I first got in the business, I started at Paramount Studios. That's my main lot I usually work at, even though the last 2 years I've been at Netflix, and the last 6 years before that I've been at Warner Brothers. But everyone that's in the business usually has a home lot. My home lot is Paramount Studios, where this movie is being made, and the original was made too. People magazine released this online, so you could see what the cast looked like then and now. So we'll go through this. So obviously there's Tom Cruise back then, and here's Tom Cruise now. And he, like I said, he looks great. The guy takes great care of his health. I mean, he's so into his health. I wish more people were like that. And there's Val Kilmer. Now, Val Kilmer, I guess he had a bout with throat cancer, and he put on a lot of weight, but I guess he's doing better now. And so that's him back in on the left side's back in Top Gun 1, and he will be in Top Gun 2. I think he's the only confirmed person that's coming back from the original movie to the sequel, but we'll double check on that. And there you go. There's Kelly McGillis from then and now. Anthony Edwards, Goose. Obviously, he won't be reprising his role since he did pass in the first movie. Sorry, I hope I didn't ruin any spoilers for you. But if you haven't seen Top Gun already, come on, guys. I'm a product of the 80s. And that was like the big movie back then. And when I heard news that they were coming out with Top Gun 2, I actually bought the Blu-ray for Top Gun, and I watched it last week. And I have to say, the movie still holds up pretty good. And here's Tom Skerritt, then and now. And he actually looks pretty damn good for his age. I mean, he's up there. He's 84 now. So look at him back then, and look at him now, 84. Meg Ryan. So I don't think she would come back, but I mean, I guess they could bring her in the story. And she looks still pretty decent for her age. She's 56 years old. Like I said, the only one that so far that's been signed from the people I just showed you that would come back is Val Kilmer, and he's going to play, his Iceman. So he'll return to that role. And here was him posting on Twitter, talking about I'm ready, Tom. Still got my Top Gun plaque. Still got the movie. Still got it. So he'll be back in the movie. Which I think with Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer, I think you're good to go. You can bring a whole new cast in and work around those two, and it'll still be a great movie. And let's be honest, does Tom Cruise ever make a bad movie? I mean, he has movies that are better than others, but has he ever made a movie that you're like, I didn't like it? Every movie he makes is well done and entertaining, and he puts everything in it. And think too, this guy, Tom Cruise, he's been making about 2 movies a year for like the last 20 years. The guy always works. He's smart that he realizes you can't take time off. If you do, then the public forgets about you. So let's talk about everything we know of Top Gun 2. And so let's go through this. I found this article right here, and they talk about it. They're saying it's either going to be called Top Gun 2 or Top Gun Maverick. They don't know. It'll officially hit the theaters July 12th, 2019. So basically next year around this time, we're basically 13 months out from this movie coming out, and I'm sure it'll be one of the bigger movies of the summer. You always have a good slew of movies that come out at the summertime. So he'll reprise his role as Maverick, obviously. And don't forget, at the end of Top Gun 1, he had become a teacher at that school. So he's probably still at that school. And I think that's the case too, because that's taking place in San Diego where that school is at. And so they're talking about what's the plot going to be about. And obviously, just because of the climate, the political climate we're in now, we could still be at war with the Russians or on the edge with the Russians, just like we kind of are now. So that story part could stay the same. But as it says right here, that the story is rumored to explore the relationship between human pilots and unmanned drones in the modern military. It's expected that Cruise's pilot character will be at the center of the story, likely fighting to affirm the value of human pilots. Basically, his character versus the manned drones and who does better. And even though drones are probably the future, you're still going to need some manned pilots. And obviously, that they have to change out the director because the director did pass in 2012 from the original movie. And so they were going to get this guy, Joseph Kosinski, who was with Tom Cruise in Oblivion, which is another good movie. You should check it out if you haven't seen it yet. And here's what's really cool. So everyone knows back in the 80s, this song was big. I mean, Kenny Loggins, he was known as the soundtrack guy because he did so many great songs for so many movies made in the 80s. But this is probably one of his best ones, The Danger Zone. So what he's going to do, Kenny Loggins is going to record a newer version of Danger Zone. And like I said, I watched the original Top Gun on Blu-ray last week. You can get it on Amazon. It's like $10. And I highly recommend it. So because I haven't seen the movie in full since the 80s when it came out. And the original song Danger Zone is phenomenal, but he's going to redo the song for this new movie, and it's probably going to be pretty cool because the original song is still a good song. If you listen to they don't usually play it too much on the 80s radio channels, and the satellite channels, but just listen to the song and it's still a great song. So let's get back to the health part of this video. I tripped out when I saw Lui Marco's post on what Kelly McGillis looked like. And like I said, she's 60. So here was a whole thing. And obviously, she had said she would have liked to have been in a cameo in this movie, but she's not going to be in this movie. And I mean, come on. It's like look at her. She looks unhealthy. Look at this. This is her at 60. And I know there's a lot of people out there at 60 that look like this. But to me, in this modern day of health and medicine and all the knowledge we know on fitness and how to take care of yourself, you shouldn't look like this till you're like 80. It's like, this is really bad that she looks like this. And I'm not trying to pick on her because she's a human being, but it's like no one should let themselves go like this. And like I said, she's only 60 here, which is really sad. And like I said, you saw what Tom Cruise looked like. You see what Tom Cruise looks like, going back to Louis' post, and he's 55, and so she's 5 years older, and she looks like that. When this movie came out, she was a heartthrob. I was a young guy, but I knew everyone, one of the it girls at the time in the 80s, and it's sad. Like you see, everyone knows this famous photo right here. And I mean, look at her. I mean, you got two good-looking people right there. And that photo over there. And then when he sang to her at the bar. It's really sad that it came down to this. But it's like we all have a choice. You could choose to take care of yourself, or you could choose not, and you can just let nature take its course. And basically, what she represents is nature taking its course. And if you do that, if you let nature take its course, you will look like this. It's just going to be the natural thing. If you just eat whatever and do whatever, you will look like this. But if by chance you choose to take care of yourself and you actually like yourself, then you'll look like this. It's really that simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and leave your questions, comments down below. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next video.
MrYorkieLoverFitness.com